fresh out the oven.
What is cracking, everybody? It's Megapieman here, and welcome to another look at my map video. This time for GD Power Break 72 A1. Now, this is going to need some explanation because you may be wondering, what in the world is GD? Why is there a 72 in there? What is Power Break? Well, Power Break is a map that I've been working on with a group of people for a game mode that we've been trying to create for Team Fortress 2 called Generator Defense or Generator Destruction. I don't know if we've really determined which one it was going to be. Basically, what you do is, if you look at the HUD there on the bottom of the screen, there is a control point in the middle of the map. One team captures that control point, which removes a force field around a generator for the enemy team. And then you have to shoot the generator and destroy it. I've been working on this concept with Charging Turnip, the Fluffy Cart, Bobby321, and I think that's everybody who worked on this particular map. There's a couple other people in the group, but I don't remember if they've actually worked on the map, because we made this map for the TF2 Maps Summer 72-Hour Contest for 2019, so we had 72 hours to put the map together. Now, before the contest started, we actually got all of the logic and stuff to work, because that was allowed. So between Turnip, myself, and a little bit of help from the Fluffy Cart, we were able to get everything to work. Turnip did some model work, some logic work, the Fluffy Cart did some audio work, I did some logic work, and we got everything to actually function correctly, which is freaking awesome! Now, I've had an idea for a map like this, or a game mode like this, for a while, but I could never quite figure out exactly how to get it to work. So the fact that we actually got the thing to freaking work is just insane to me, let alone the fact that we were able to put a map together within 72 hours and put it out for the 72-hour jam. Did I say contest before? They don't do it. It's not a contest anymore. It's a jam. So anybody can make anything that's Team Fortress 2 related within 72 hours. So if you take a look here, this is Blue's generator that currently has a force field around it because nobody has captured the point. If we take our little engineer character here and go all the way around to the point, the theme we're going for here is a mine in Australia, I believe. So, it's kind of miney looking. We haven't completely got the theme going yet at the moment, since we're really just kind of focusing on getting all the logic to work and making sure that the map doesn't completely and utterly suck. Maps that are made in short periods of time for the 72-hour jams tend to be a bit rough, since, they're made in a short period of time and don't get a whole lot of testing done for them. So this is the first version of this map, and it hasn't been tested as of yet. So, we'll see how this thing goes. It might be a little bit too long. It might be a bit too easy to attack or a bit too easy to defend. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll see how things go for Alpha 2. But, we'll capture the point here real quick. If you keep your ears open, I believe there are some custom lines that should play once we capture the point that were made by the Fluffy Cart. Come on, please work, please work, please work.
This here point's ours now. You must destroy the enemy reactor core.
There it is. Hear that? You must destroy the enemy reactor core. You splice that together for the announcer. And now, that's lit up over there, and you need to go to the enemy's base and shoot the living crap out of their energy core in order to win. It uses a thing called Funk Base Boss, which is some sort of version of the tanks from MVM, I believe. But we've got some effects going on there. There's a sound going off. There's the light going around to let everybody know that the force field's down and the core is able to be hit. And then if you shoot it, damage numbers actually appear, and it takes damage from every single class. Originally we were using Funk Breakables, but that didn't work for Pyro's flamethrower. And then we figured out that Base Boss was a thing that existed, so you can use it. And we're using a bit of ideas that were used for Snowplow, CP Snowplow, and for how we did the HUD here. So, Team Fortress 2, you can't really edit the HUD all of that much unless you're a developer that works at Valve on the game. So what we had to use is using a thing called ENV screen overlays to try to make these 100% for the blue generator and the red generator so you can see how much health that you actually have. Unfortunately, we can't have like a bar that ticks down like one of the Halloween bosses as damage is done. We don't have a way to do that. The most we can do is have the health go down every 10%. So if I do enough damage here... I did pick an engineer who's not great at doing damage. There we go. You see, it goes down to 90. Does a sentry target base boss? It does. It actually does. I did not think of that. For some reason, it bleeds though, so that's a bit weird. We got bleeding machinery here. You can't backstab it though. I do know that. You cannot backstab it as a spy. There you go. Now we're down to 80. I think the health that I set this to is somewhere around 10,000, so it takes a while to damage. And I did that specifically because I don't really know how quickly it's going to go down if you have the entire team shooting at this thing. Pyros and heavies just wreck it. So I was trying to come up with a number that would be good if you had like the whole team, if you had like multiple heavies or a heavy up here with a medic or a couple of pyros just sitting on it and burning it away. But 10,000 may be a little bit much for health. It's something that will have to be done with testing, same with capture time for the point, but it works. That's the coolest part. It works. I'm actually going to put this sentry there and kind of leave it so it can do some damage because there are some particle effects and whatnot. There's going to be a lot of dinging going on. That's kind of annoying. But there are some particle effects, so when the generator's health gets to 0, it actually will explode like a payload cart, killing the people nearby. So it's got a bit of fanciness on it, and everything works. It all just freaking works. It's crazy. I have attempted to do something like this in the past using Funk Breakable and a couple of other things here and there, but I could never get the game mode to work correctly, but we were able to get to work. Working with Charge and Turn Up, the Fluffy Cart, and Bobby321, we were able to get the entire thing to function correctly. There is a forward spawn, because the map may be a little bit long, I'm not entirely sure. If you go this way, it's kind of long, but if you go the other way, it's kind of short. I'm not entirely sure how things are. I was trying to figure out exactly what the right length would be for a map with this kind of game mode, and my thought process was probably something like 3 CP length, I think. Kind of like Powerhouse, or I wanted a little bit longer than King of the Hill. Well, not necessarily longer than King of the Hill, but differently structured than King of the Hill. Maybe like Capture the Flag length or 3 CP length. I don't really know if it's entirely correct. And there's some dark spots going on here and there. Oh, pardon me, with the lighting, but that's what happens when you make a map in 3 days. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That is GD Power Break 72 Alpha 1. We'll have to see how this plays, and whether or not we can figure out any issues with it, and come up with a Alpha 2 version. But if you're interested in checking out the map, you can go to the link in the description of the video and download it and play it from there. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Omega Pie Man. A big thanks to Charging Turnup, The Fluffy Cart, Bobby321, and possibly some other people who worked on this map. We have a group on Discord. I think I said this before. We have a group on Discord with a couple of people in it. I know those 4 people worked on the layout for 72. I'm not sure if anybody else did anything logic-wise previous to the 72 hour, but if I remember correctly, we had Bobby321 made the spawns, Charging Turnup made mid, I think the Fluffy Cart made the forward spawn room. SV Cheats 1. So I can head over here. And then I kind of put everything together and edited it up a bit to try to make it work with each other. So I did like this part, and I edited around this part a bit. I did this little tunnel down here, whereas the main idea for mid was made by Charging Turnip. And Bobby321 did the last spawn area. I believe Turnip also did the generator room, or at least part of the generator room, and yeah, the Fluffy Cart did forward spawn, I believe. But yeah, check it out. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think this game mode has potential. I'm Omega Pie Man, and I will talk to you guys later.